What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning. So come by and say hello. All right, so I live streamed earlier, but I figured for folks who don't want to go through and browse through like a multi-hour live stream, Darkest Night did come in, so you may want to go check it out just for that. Cool dude. I figured I would make a video here just kind of summarizing my thoughts on how I'm feeling so far, as we are just under maybe 10 to 12 hours into this new ranked rewards play. I have played a ton today. My ECR was fresh going in, and I am now at 61%. So, as a preface to this, I jumped up to champion, which was a mistake. But I felt like it was the last time I was going to be able to go to champion, so I figured that's fine. Let's go up to champion. So I'm working to get champion level chest right now, while playing in primarily Diamond 3 with really only Chaos Legion cards that can power my deck up to this point. So in this amount of time of playing, I've only earned 4 champion chests, and my focus was water, which is probably my best splinter. Now, it's not terrible. I'm waiting to see what this looks like in terms of how valuable the chest will be. Obviously, I get 4, so if I get 4 chests with 48 DEC in each of them, I'll know that I'm like the unluckiest person ever, because yes, I will get the 48x multiplier, but those chests should really be 1 DEC each. So we'll see what I can get from it. But there's increased chances of getting gold foil. There's increased chances of getting legendary cards, and the new rewards cards are going for a pretty penny. I'm going to do a separate video on the new rewards cards, because that's going to change the meta, and the market is already pricing them quite crazily, which is to be expected. But the thing is, the focus is rough, and if you watch the stream replay, I've never seen Darkest Night be so bummed out about the game, like ever. It was actually bumming me out, because usually I go to him to get hyped. But the fact is, he had an Earth Splinter focus, and then he re-rolled it and got Earth again, which I don't think should be possible. So if somebody here is listening from the game, please fix that, because why would you roll the dice just to get the same thing again? I think that could be really demoralizing. And to see the most excited player of this game that I've come across in person or on stream, whatever, to see him just get bummed with that outcome made me really sad. So it's tough in that standpoint, and the fact that I'm playing probably my best splinter right now, and I was only able to get 4 chests for tomorrow is a little rough. I'll see if I can get a 5th one. That'll probably be a couple of wins that it'll require, but I'm enjoying playing, and at this point in time, I don't really care about my ECR. Now, I kind of predicted this early on, that I wouldn't care too much about the ECR, and I think that is going to stay the same throughout the entire time. We'll see if maybe I'll take a day or two to rent out some cards. But overall, I'm loving it. I'm kind of enjoying it. Now, the one thing that I don't like is when it comes to the focus is, if I were to achieve a certain amount of chests and just be happy with it, I have to wait until the next day. There was something about the instant gratification of like completing the quest and being like, yes, I did it. Now let me open all my chests and see what I got. Whereas now it's like, okay, I think I'm good enough with 4, or like I'm tired and I don't want to play anymore, so I'll come back later, right? I wish, and I wonder if there's a way to put this in where people can choose to end their focus, right? So I want to cash out of my focus now. Sure, I have 13 hours left, but I know that I'm not going to be playing this game or anytime within the next 13 hours. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to have whatever things to do in the morning. So can I cash out now? Can I click a button here, doot, 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 and all of a sudden I get to open my 4 chests now, and I am done with earning focus points for the next 13 hours. If they could implement something like that, I would really, really like it. Maybe that's just like the millennial in me. We want that instant gratification. Now, when it comes to the season chests, I'm actually kind of happy with my progress. So, I'm in Diamond 3 right now, and it's kind of a seesaw. The beginning of the season is always going to be tough. So the fact that I got 7 chests today is pretty fantastic, because if I were to get, 7 chests, I would get 70 plus chests at this point. I think I need to get 5 to 6 to get the minimum of like champion 3, right? So actually, let's actually bust out the calculator. Why not? Gotta love the calculator. So let's say I was to get 7 chests per day for the next 15 days. I would end up with 105 chests. And they would be champion level chests. So I just finished champion 3. You probably just saw the video that I posted. And I got 80 chests from that. And they were all garbage. So now with the new rewards system, and obviously I want as many champion chests as possible, the fact that I can probably somewhat comfortably get 7 per day. Obviously I've run my ECR down quite a bit. So maybe I get 6 per day. What does 6 look like? I guess that would be 90, right? If it was 6 times 15, that'd be 90 chests. So that'd still be more, but it's definitely more than I'd be getting in gold. And the fact that I'm playing up, which is difficult right now. And I think that's one of the things that I'm hearing across the board, whether it's on stream or just people messaging me. People are finding it difficult to really get so much more out of the game. And I think it's a bit of a wake up call in many ways, where it's just like you really have to go through and earn stuff now. You just can't show up one day, grind the entire day, and then leave. Like now, if you really want to get these things, you have to go and play. And I love that, right? It's play to earn, so go in and play. It's not about the money. It's not about the earnings. It's about actually getting the cards. So, that's a fun thing to me. And if it slows things down within the game, meaning that, card print rate slows down, the amount of, DEC and whatever, like it's okay to me if everybody's enjoying and feeling like when they play, when they put in time, they will be getting something out of it. Now in the stream, I kind of touched upon something which I just wanted to mention here, but I had this theory going that maybe, there was going to be an increase in value and experience, a better experience for newer players or lower tier players, bronze, silver, at the expense of the higher tier players. So someone like, Darkest Night would grind for, the first 10 days out of the season, get to champ 3 and then call it quits, right? He's known for delegating his cards out to random people, or we used to run tournaments and he would just delegate his cards out and go play another game for a couple of days. Now you can't really do that. I mean, he could try to get as many chests as possible in 10 days and then leave it, but it's difficult to do your focus. It's difficult to get as many chances as there were before. The trade-off, and this remains to be seen. I know there's values being put out there, but the trade-offs right now, or the trade-offs that we're looking forward to, are can this be, can these new reward chests be that much more valuable? And I'm bullish that they will be. It's just we haven't had a chance to really open any of them. The first opportunity we'll get is in 13 hours and 17 minutes from when this video is being recorded. So that in and of itself, I don't mind the season grind, and I love this actually. We were talking about needing a sense of progression, and these bars are so freaking addictive. Sure, the focus one I'm probably not going to pay as much attention to, but seeing this number go up every time I get a win is great. And the fact that I have 15 days to try and get as many as possible, I think is going to be something that people really grind towards. So the daily focus is a net negative for me, but the season focus is a very far net positive, because now people just can't grind one day to get whatever they were trying to get. They really got to work for it. They got to show up and play every day. And I think that's what we're seeing now, because the other thing that I wanted to look at was the market. You have to look at the rental market and see how crazy things are getting. So the Untamed Legendary Summoners, for example, check this out. At level 1, right? So this is bronze eligible. There's 3 llamas available to rent. There's 2 Jotun. Yeah, there's 109 kitties and a couple hundred of these other ones, but that's for level 1. Check out level 2 if you're playing in silver. There's no llama or Jotun. There's no kitty either. At level 3 for gold, same deal. And for these, we're in the single digits, right? Lear Deep Swimmer only has 11 available for rent. And then at level 4, which is maxed out, hey, check it out. There's a Jotun there. And one kitty and 1 Jotun. You want to rent this kitty? This kitty is going for 5,000 DEC. I think that's a bit of a price gouge, but check it out. If you want to play with Jotun, there's literally only 1 Jotun for rent right now. Can you imagine? This is insane. And you have to pay 720 for a maxed out Jotun. That is nuts to me. Now, when we look at the Chaos Legion summoners, which should really be the cheapest summoners across the board, at the lowest levels, so at level 1, right? And actually, maybe we can even go to, I'm not going to look at quicks. So can we take legendary out? There we go. So when we're looking at these guys, right? Sure, at level 1, super cheap, you can still get them for like, what is this, 0.1 DEC. So from an earning standpoint, anybody can come in and earn for the minimum amount, which is great because there are tons of summoners available, or the bots can come through and rent them up, right? And add something to the economy. To max out for bronze though, then we start getting into a little more constricted territory. Now where this gets crazy is when we go to maxed out silver level 4, and we are in the single digits for Kelia. There's no obsidians, right? And what, 10, 11, 11? If we go to 6, level 6, which is the maxed out for gold, we're running real low, 5, 2, and 2. And then if we go all the way maxed out, so maxed for Diamond Plus, same deal. We're single digits. There are not enough cards out there, which is crazy. We are starting to feel that supply crunch, and I love it. Now, let's see if this is still the case here. So, for example, there's 4 Kelias and no Obsidians, right? So, at level 4. But if you go to level 5, there's just no Obsidians anywhere. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that something? There you go. I guess lowest you'll find Obsidian is level 3. So if you want to play at the highest levels, you can't even get Obsidian, which is nuts, Now, is this translating to higher prices for cards? Not necessarily. Look at General Sloan. Sloan's almost back at the $2 range. You know, Kelly is the only one holding firmly above $4. The rest are all kind of ranging where they used to range. So this may go up over time, due to the fact that if people want to stop renting for such high prices, they may choose to just go in and buy the summoners that they need. But it also may go down or continue to go down because keep in mind, we're only 1/3 of the way through opening packs. So there's still plenty of these guys left to open and hit the market. But I just thought that was something to take a look at because we're really feeling the supply crunch now on the cards. And I think the whole idea of taking the starter cards out was brilliant. Should have been done much earlier, but at least it's here now. And we're really starting to see how the limited supply of NFTs really is a big deal, right? There's 48,000 cards out there in existence and only a couple of them are on the market for rent. Like in total, check this out. There's like 1,000 of these guys, right? 1,000 of each of them, and we have 47,000 in print. In print or in circulation, I should say. So this has just been fun for me to watch. Obviously, we're going to continue, monitoring the situation, but it's a grind. It's definitely a grind for the long term. And I think this may be a way that more players end up getting washed out because now we're really going to wash out the rest of the investors. I put out a video a while back that got a lot of traction that was labeled, Splinterlands is washing out the investors and leaving only the players, because now the people who don't really care about the game but were playing and hanging on just because they were here for the investment, they're going to end up leaving too or renting their cards or whatever the case is. So we are only going to be having people who love playing this game. And I think that's a fantastic move forward, especially with all of the exciting things coming over the rest of the year. So, or rest of the summer, I should say. And then, of course, probably the rest of the year, too. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Obviously, we will see what ends up happening in the future. My only thing about the future is I think we're at a bit of a high right now, right? So obviously there's a bunch of people who came rushing back into the game who hadn't been playing for a while, a lot of OGs. And so I do believe we will find another equilibrium where people will start taking time away again, or rental prices might get to a point where players stop playing because there's more incentive to rent. But at this point in time, what we've essentially removed are non-productive members of the community. Everybody, whether they're a player or a bot, now needs to either buy or own or rent a card, and we are seeing that supply constriction happen. And so that is going to play itself out, and we are going to see the market shift with it, but at some point the market will stabilize, and I think we'll get to a point where prices won't be insane, but they'll probably be higher than what they used to be, right? Or what we're seeing now, maybe supply just won't even be there. and that's just a new normal that we'll have to get to. So, we'll see how that goes, but I do expect things to come down just slightly in the near term. Again, this is going to take a season or two to maybe figure out, so I'm not expecting any major changes from the team for at least 1 month, 2 seasons, because I think they want to get more than 1 season worth of data before they implement any kind of crazy change to this. Plus, keep in mind, Modern and Wild is right around the corner too, so I don't even know I don't even know if they're going to release Modern and Wild sooner rather than later, if there's a lot of things that they need to go back and fix. So we'll see what happens, but that's all I have for you guys in this video. Would love to hear how your day one experiences are. Let me know in the comments below and we can continue the conversation there. But otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video and I will see you around the game. Have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.